Hey there guys, this is Basinger313 here with, I guess you could kind of consider this a little bit of a reaction video, although I don't think it's going to be in the usual standard reaction format. Think of it more like, I guess, a discussion as we go through a step-by-step process as to what's to come in the Nintendo Direct. I also have to point out that this is not a blind reaction either. I actually have watched this direct with a group of my friends. By the way, if you see my friends, don't ever do that because they are loud, they are brash, and they are always full of hype. So I feel like that might skew my opinion a little more. So I decided to take a little bit of a step back and discuss my thoughts fully before I actually dive into this full set of reaction. So you may notice that I might pause from time to time just to give my full thoughts and discuss what I have to say about this piece of news. So that's gonna happen mostly also to avoid copyrights as well. So this is probably gonna be a very heavily edited reaction video, if anything. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get into the video, and I'll pause from time to time whenever I think I need to discuss this, and we'll see.
Up first, some Nintendo 3DS headlines.
Okay, so I think it's appropriate for me to talk around the 3DS sections for the most part, as honestly not a whole lot of them interested me too much. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that will be excited for games like WarioWare and the upcoming 3DS games that will be announced eventually during this direct. But I don't know, I just feel like the Switch kind of replaced the 3DS in a way, so I'm a little bit concerned how they're continue the support for the 3DS. I guess that there's still a lot of people that still play the system, so maybe they're just targeting mostly casual demographic. But yeah, for the most part, with the 3DS section, I guess I'm just gonna skim through it for the most part, as there's either games I'm not too interested in, although they do look good, or games that I have no idea what to think of, or had no past experience with it. For example, I don't know anything about this series. The only best thing I know about this game is that one of the characters appears as an assist trophy for Smash Bros. That's about it. So can't really say much for this series either. I'm pretty sure it looks really fun. But if I was very invested in my 3DS, I probably would try and play this game. But like I said, I kind of been off the 3DS what's the word? I've been pretty much off playing the 3DS, so it's not something that I actively look for. There's a demo of it though, so maybe I could give that a try. It's demos are easily a best way to entice the players. Ooh, we could actually play this and see what it's like, and if we like it, we could buy the full game later on. So yeah, demos would definitely be a good thing. Oh, this I'm looking forward to actually. This is probably one of the only 3DS games that I give it a conception to, because I absolutely love the Mario and Luigi series. So yeah, and they're remaking a game that I actually really enjoyed back in the DS era. I kind of find it weird that they skimmed over Partners in Time, because from what I remember, they remade Superstar Saga, and the sequel to Superstar Saga, from what I remember, was Partners in Time, but they just skipped that and just gone straight to Bowser's Inside Story. I'm pretty sure they may remake Partners in Time later on, though. I just felt like it's a little bit weird that they skipped through it. By the way, Detective Pikachu, I know there's a lot of people that are looking forward to Detective Pikachu. I personally am not too interested in it, honestly. I don't know, I just think that the premise itself is kind of silly, and that's kind of the thing that... I guess that's the appeal to it, is that it's so weird that I just kind of want to see for myself. But for me, I just, I don't know, I just think it's a little bit stupid. That's my opinion, though. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of charm, because it's just from the trailer, Detective Pikachu himself is very cute. But other than that, it's there's not much I know about it. They also don't really show gameplay about it, and also it's I just know it's about Detective Pikachu, but okay, that implies that we're solving some sort of mystery, right? I wish that they showed a little bit more gameplay for this trailer, because I didn't hold on. I guess I could rewind it a little bit. Maybe I did miss that, but from what I saw, I just saw nothing but cutscenes. And I kind of wish that they showcase what the puzzles is all about, or what the gameplay is all about, so that I could get a little bit more as to if I could enjoy it as a puzzle game rather than just like a niche fictionalized Pokemon universe game or whatever. And that's also another thing. I'm not a huge Pokemon fan to begin with, so like this is definitely not aiming for myself as a demographic. Um, but yeah, I'm paying attention to the video right now. They don't really showcase a lot of any like gameplay at all. Um, it's mostly cutscenes, so I do like the voice actor for Pikachu though. I think it's like silly, but at the same time like serious in its silliness. Like I think they matched. I don't think this. They kind of make it sound like Danny DeVito in a way, which I think a lot of people actually wanted for that to happen in the first place, and they just got like a copycat or a sound alike, which I think he did a good job at least doing that. So there's that. Last game for the 3DS announced, I believe, is Luigi's Mansion, and like I said, the 3DS section for the most part didn't really interest me too much, mostly because I'm not really interested in 3DS news or whatever, because I just kind of grown out of the 3DS. Like, I'm sure it's like there's still some people out there that enjoy their 3DS and would love to have more games on it though. For me personally, I'm just happy with owning a Switch and playing that instead. So like I guess if like most of these games were ported over to the Switch, that would make me a little bit more excited. Like I said, that's my personal preference because like that's something that I am currently in the middle of like, playing through. This is a remake of the GameCube game, and if you guys really enjoy that, then I guess this is a good alternative option for you guys. I did remember there was a Luigi's Mansion for the 3DS, or a Luigi's Mansion game for the 3DS. I think it was like a sequel called Dark Moon. It's cool that they poured over to 3DS. Me personally, I'm not too interested in it. I did play Luigi's Mansion at one point, but I kind of didn't really like how the Luigi controlled, and I think that was a little bit off-putting for me. But yeah, hey, if you guys enjoyed it, then that's some awesome news for you guys. Yeah, they're making more playable characters for multiplayer mode. So the 3 standard that you pretty much expect from like the original what was it called? Nightmare to Dreamland. It was for the Nintendo Wii, the Kirby game that had multiplayer, and you get to play as Meta Knight, King Dedede, and Waddle Dee as well, which had a spear attack. I could be wrong though. I might be thinking of a different game, but I don't know. But they're also announcing that there's going to be even more characters to be included as well at a later date. I'm not sure exactly why they are not implemented immediately in the base package. But from what I remember, it's free. It's a free update, so it's like at least they're not selling it as DLC. So yeah, free update, which includes these 5 characters. And again, there's a free demo inside, so like if you want to at least give it a try, then go right ahead. It's definitely a good way to see if you're going to be interested in the game. Okami. I really need to play this game. Now, I'm not going to get it for the Switch, unfortunately, because I already do own a copy for PS3. But I am really looking... Then again, I only got the copy for PS3 only because of PlayStation Plus, so technically I got it for free. And if I wanted to buy my own copy, then, well, the Switch is a good option. Although, personally, I would prefer to play on the PC. There are some Switch exclusive controls as well, if you want to give that option using the Joy-Con. So that's a good option. What else is there? Yeah, they are explaining this right now, basically. If you like Okami... Or actually, no, sorry. If you like Okami, you probably already played it already, so I don't think it really needed to buy another copy of Okami unless you're that enthusiastic of owning multiple copies of Okami. I'm pretty sure I'm not the type of person that would do that looking at the Resident Evil 5 collection I have on my shelf. Yeah, Okami. I think I really should eventually play that game. I heard a lot of people say that's a really good, I guess, Legend of Zelda clone. From what I remember, like I said, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong about this information I'm getting. But I remember people really liking the game, and I want to give it a try eventually. This is a new game that interested me a little bit. At least I think it's a new game. I'm not sure if it's like a previous IP or whatever. I like the premise. I'm not sure exactly if I like the gameplay itself, although it does look like an interesting like Tetris or Puyo Puyo type of puzzle game. So that could be something to look forward to if you're interested. It looks like one of those games where you it's an eShop only game. Oh, it's also for the 3DS as well. I just noticed that. So, okay, so it's for both systems. I'm not sure why they couldn't do that for like Luigi's Mansion and the other games, but whatever. I'm not part of Nintendo or anything. This game is one of my most anticipated games for Nintendo Switch. Like, I don't think I did a Let's Play or recorded a Let's Play for me playing the demo of it. At first, I was like, okay, I'll just try this. Like, at first, I wasn't really interested about it too much. I liked the graphics, and I liked the fact that it was like similar to like Bravely Default, and that was definitely like, I guess, my intrigue to the game. But I wasn't completely fully invested up until I actually played the demo. And I remember like looking at one of the character story. There was two characters, one that was a knight and one that was a female dancer. And I really liked the female dancer's backstory. I thought that was a really good dramatic story for me to really get invested into, and I really couldn't wait to like actually continue on further. And there's going to be 8 playable characters. That's essentially 8 different stories. I'm not sure if they all meet up or anything, though. Like I said, I haven't been really researching much about this game, but I really am interested in playing this game, and I want to eventually. So here they're just announcing more characters, I believe, and discussing a little bit more, I guess, like, abilities that each character can do. And like I said, I'm already sold on the game, so like I don't really need to listen too much about this. So, release date, July 13th. That is pretty damn close. That's around the summertime. I'm definitely going to pick it up once I get it. I don't think I'm going to be getting like the expansion, like special edition or whatever. At best, I'm probably just going to get the base, whatever it includes, like just the game. That's about it. All this is definitely for like the die-hard Square Enix RPG fan, if anything. So that's for you guys to buy if you guys want to do so. Me personally, I'll probably just buy the base game alone and probably enjoy the fuck out of it. Yeah, I really do hope I enjoy the game because I was really invested in the demo, and it's made by the same guys that made Bravely Default, so definitely looking forward to Octopath Traveler. Another game I'm looking forward to. These are also, like, I have to mention that these are games that have already been announced beforehand. To my knowledge, except for the sushi game. I'm not sure about the sushi game, but, like, No More Heroes, we're already expecting that. Octopath Traveler, we're already expecting that. Oh my god, is that 60 FPS? Oh, that's interesting. Beforehand, like, when I was watching the stream, it was, I think, 30 FPS, but... I'm watching the video version, by the way, so in case anyone's wondering. Okay, so that's pretty damn cool that this game's gonna run in 60 FPS. Then again, it doesn't really look too graphically intense, but it's a No More Heroes game, so... You're mostly into it for, like, the gory violence and the hack-and-slash engine. Which, from what I'm seeing, it definitely looks more like a spin-off, if anything, because I don't see a whole lot of hack-and-slash. Unless it's, like... It's a little bit more like a... a beat-em-up side-scroller, in a way, in a 3D plane. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but, like... oh, yeah, he saves on the toilet. That's basically a mainstay for, like, the No More Heroes series. It's gonna be available this year. I really need to, like, pause most of these beforehand or something just to get my thoughts all the way, because I feel like the direct is, like, just talking a lot more than how I could, like, present them. Dark Souls! I'll be honest, I kind of have no need to really play or pick up the Switch version. I already own a copy on Steam. I got a free copy on my Xbox 360. I think I'm perfectly fine with the Dark Souls I have. And then we got one thing that they kind of announced, which I'm probably not going to even utilize because I won't even, like, own a Switch copy of Dark Souls. But I think it's pretty cool that they did that. Even though it's probably going to have only one use. And what that thing uses is, in itself, is kind of like cosmetic only. And it's going to cost $13. I don't think it's really worth it, but, like, whatever. There it is. The Solaire of Ostera amiibo. Something that you could... God damn it. Hold on. Can I go frame by frame? There we go. There we go. You get the Praise the Sun gesture. I think like the Wii Fit trainer does or whatever. I'm not sure if that's like a Wii Fit trainer reference or if that's part of what Dark Souls had or something or whatever. I don't know. I feel like that seems kind of stupid to have an amiibo function just for that. I'm pretty sure there's a little bit more, but like they're not revealing much so far, and the amiibo itself is just going to be as a figurine, I feel, for most people, because like what it actually functions seems kind of fucking useless in my opinion, because you could probably mod it so that in the PC version you could do that. I'm just saying, like, that just doesn't seem like an enticing way to sell an amiibo. Then again, what do I know? It's a physical plastic toy that I'm pretty sure a lot of people will buy and sell on eBay for large amounts of money anyways. Whatever.
Did you hear that My Nintendo members can now redeem gold points for digital games and DLC on the Nintendo Switch system?
About damn time. I think I have like a lot of like gold points on my Nintendo account, and I just didn't really use them because what they offered in the store itself didn't really interest me too much. It was like either posters or pins or something like that. I was like, those are, they seem pretty like, I don't know, pricey for what I had to pay with using my gold points. But now that I actually could use them to buy in-game like DLC and games themselves, I think that's really good, and it's a good way to update the use of those gold coins. They go into a whole lot of in-depth of Mario Tennis, and I gotta say, it looks really fucking good. Like, okay, so, like, I guess with my Mario Tennis knowledge beforehand, I mostly played a lot of Mario Power Tennis for the GameCube. I remember playing the shit out of that game, like, trying to, like, star rank everything, like, on tournament mode, unlock every single, like, cutscene for every character. I was a really hardcore Mario Power Tennis player, and, really enjoyed the hell out of that game. It had like this unrealistic super move, and like it had like depths and layer. I really liked that. And I remember from what I heard, and I haven't played the Wii U game, but I heard a lot of people didn't like that too much because they removed a whole lot of like what made Power Tennis had its own charm. This game looks like it's actually returning to the original formula and adding more layers to it. So there's this gauge, and okay, so I guess the best way for me to like think of it like a fighting game with tennis. And honestly, I think that's kind of the best way for me to describe this game. Because each player has like a circle bar, and think of that as like a Street Fighter Super Meter. You utilize that to either slow down time or use your power moves. Yeah, the Super Power Bar is like, definitely gives you like that more higher chance of winning. Of course, there's this parry mechanic where like you could, with the right timing, block the attack if you can. I just basically summarize it, but they go a lot in depth with how they utilize the power moves and the blocking, the parry moves. Online multiplayer! That's a fucking awesome thing. Play up to 4-player multiplayer. I really do hope it's local multiplayer, but judging from the way like the super move is presented, I think it has to be like 4 different switches or something, which kind of sucks. I kind of hope like the way they handle multiplayer would be similar to how they handle console multiplayer. Like, you just have one console and 4 different controllers. But the way, from what I'm seeing, how they handle a multiplayer on the Switch is that you need multiple switches, kind of like how you use the 3DS or PlayStation Vita. And I really don't like the way they handle multiplayer in that aspect. That's definitely a critique that I have to say about, I guess, Switch games in general. I know not all Switch games are like that, though, but there are the majority are more like that. Oh my god, I need to point that fucker out. Like, there's a Chain Chomp as a playable character. Might as well just have like the entirety of the Mario cast as playable characters if you're gonna include this guy. This guy is owning up to his dreams. He is out of his leash and he is ready for stardom. He's using his fucking mouth as a, oh my god. I think that's hilarious. I like the character roster. That's cool. That's cool. And that's another thing I have to mention. From what I'm seeing, all the character roster seems pretty cool. I mean, I guess it's pretty basic and standard for like most Mario games. They're also bringing back these like modes. I think it's for like story mode or something. But I remember playing a lot of those like special modes in Mario Power Tennis as well. So I'm glad that they're bringing that back. And from what I remember, they omitted that audition for the Wii U game, which sucked. But whatever. I think they very much handled Mario Power Tennis. Sorry, Mario Power Aces. I forgot what it's called. I really need to research that a little bit more. But they handled that very, very well. And definitely enjoyed. I definitely think that I'm going to pick up a copy of that. Like, if it plays very similar to Power Tennis, I would love it. Because I think I would really love playing the game. They're supporting this. I actually did play on the Wii U at one point. I didn't really think it was that fun. They're including extra levels from New Donk City. So that's something. But yeah, this is definitely not for me though. Might as well just bring the entirety of the Wii U catalog onto Hold on. Before I continue anything, might as well like Nintendo is clearly like push. I guess this is a good way to discuss the fact that they're porting a lot of Wii U games onto the Switch, and it's like that definitely stings to like especially anyone who previously owned a Nintendo Wii U, the one that's very much invested in that console, and they're just like kind of like passing all these all these 3DS games onto the Switch like it's no big deal and selling them for full price. I don't know, like I'm a little bit mixed on that because like on one hand, not a whole lot of Wii U there were not a whole lot of Wii U sales, so like I do think that what they're doing is just trying to make up for their sales because the Wii U definitely had amazing games. It just didn't sell to the right audience, that's all. And with the Switch, that's the perfect opportunity for all these Wii U games to come back. And that's good for the players who who just bought a Switch and never owned the Wii U. It does kind of stink for players who like invested in the Wii U, but I just kind of have to say that we just have to accept that fact. That's how business runs, and it's like at least we got the chance to play those games beforehand. And even so, like, if you still own the Wii U, you could still play those games, so you might not get the extra features and all that, which kind of sucks, but, like, hey, you still own the game, you could still hook it up to your Wii U if you still own them, and you still own them, right? You didn't throw them in the trash cans or sell them off or anything. I still have my Wii U right here. It's like, and literally the only reason why I own this Wii U, honestly, is for Smash Bros. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And unless Smash Bros is coming over to the Switch, I'm probably gonna still keep that Wii U. But yeah, this next game, I think a lot of people are looking forward to it, even if they already own it. But check this out. Just from that text box alone, I think you could easily tell what that game is. And the way they present the skit too, like I definitely recommend you guys watching this skit. I'm not gonna show it because YouTube copyrights and all of that, but like, there's the punchline. But yeah, Nintendo, like Undertale is coming to Nintendo Switch, coming eventually. Oh yeah, fuck me. Why did I buy the PS4? Oh, god damn it. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot Trilogy, Insane Trilogy. Fucking fun game, and I'm glad it's going to be on the Switch so that Nintendo players could actually experience it for themselves. And hell, even like if you guys own a PS4 and a Switch, there are some people that are willing to buy a second copy of Crash Bandicoot just to play it on the go. Me, myself, I don't think I'm going to buy a second copy of Crash Bandicoot. However, I did regret buying the PS4 copy, honestly, because like I don't regret it too much. Like I had fun with the game, and I could always like replay it. I just really wanted to play like Crash Bandicoot on the go with Switch because like, I've been recently playing the Switch on the go a lot, and I think it's just very convenient how I'm able to like play it like anywhere and anytime I want. But damn it, now it's on the Switch, and it's like and it doesn't look like the graphics deteriorated whatsoever. So like it looks like it's true to form from the PS4 version. Maybe a little bit of downscaling. Like, I'm not seeing a whole lot of specificity on Crash's fur. In fact, actually, let me look back at one screenshot. Yeah, Crash's fur definitely had a little bit of a downgrade from what I'm noticing. But other than that, I think that's really it. The backgrounds still look nice, and if you really don't care about the graphics, I'm pretty sure the gameplay runs really nice too. It looks like it's running at 30 frames per second, which also ran in the PS4 version as well. So there's that. Oh yeah. Something I also have to point out as well, if I could pause this if I can. So it's kind of obvious they had to remove the Uncharted reference right there. That's the one thing I kind of noticed. Can I go frame by? I could go frame by frame. Yeah, they removed the Uncharted reference because like, just judging from the trailers, like they're supposed to be like Elena and Nathan like playing on Crash Bandicoot 1. But they removed the reference for, I mean, obvious reasons. It's a Sony property. Kind of sucks because like what they replaced, it just looks like a generic Crash Bandicoot 3 level from like the Neo Cortex's stage or something. At least from what I remember, it's a little bit too pixelated for me to really see. But it looks generic. Whatever. But oh well, what can you do? It's not that big of a deal. It's not like a game changer or a game breaker whatsoever. Fuck that polar bear! That fucking thing is scary! Ugh! Hate it so much. But yeah. Switch players are now able to play Crash Bandicoot kind of for the first time. I say kind of because technically Crash Bandicoot's been on the on the GameCube and the Nintendo Wii beforehand. But this is the trilogy, so it's kind of a big deal that essentially a PlayStation 1 mascot is on a Nintendo Switch. And I know, like, technically Crash Bandicoot is owned by Activision now because, like, I think Sony lost the expiration for the licensing for Crash Bandicoot, and oh well, whatever. It's gonna be on multiple systems, and Switch players can now enjoy the fun of Crash Bandicoot. So, yay!
South Park is coming to Nintendo Switch.
This, I think, was one of the biggest news in the Direct because this is basically South Park, a very raunchy, offensive show, and it's on like a quote-unquote family system for the Nintendo Switch. This is proving basically that Nintendo is growing some balls. They're actually allowing games like this on their system, and I think that's really cool. Another thing, I actually haven't bought a copy of this for my PlayStation 4 yet, and I did actually make a poll that whether or not I should buy the PC or the PS4 version. Now, I promised that I would buy the PS4 version, and then the Switch version gets announced. So I'm like, now I kind of want to buy the Switch version because I can play it on the go, and I haven't bought a copy of South Park: The Fractured Butthole yet. So I was like, there's there we go. So yeah, from what I'm seeing, it's just basically like the PS4, PC, and Xbox One game. One thing I had to note is that they didn't specifically say if the original South Park: The Stick of Truth is going to be on the Nintendo Switch. Because with previous, The Fractured Butthole, if you actually bought the game, you also get a free copy of The Stick of Truth for your PS4, your Xbox One, or your PC, depending on what system you buy for it. This one, it doesn't really say whether or not you actually get The Stick of Truth for the Nintendo Switch. It would be good if it did, though, but, like, chances are, from what I'm seeing, it doesn't, like, if they did that, they would have probably announced it. And it's coming on April 24th, and that's pretty soon. Like I said, I kind of hope that they port over the Stick of Truth for the Switch if they're porting this over, but, like, I don't think that's going to be the case. Like, they didn't really showcase much aside from maybe, like, hits and bits and pieces, and the fact you get to play as an Octoling. That being said, this trailer is fucking horrible. I'm sorry for anyone who, like, enjoys Splatoon 2. I certainly enjoyed Splatoon 2 when I played it. I really need to get back to finishing that Let's Play, though. But the song is obnoxious. I'm sorry. Breath of the Wild did that, of course. It seems like Nintendo's kind of embracing a little bit more of these season pass types of things, which at least they're not launch day. That's something I will applaud Nintendo for doing so, is that they're not launch day season passes or anything. It's clear that they're gonna be released at a later date, and they're still in current development. Unlike some companies that like make a season pass and release it like day one or something the day the game releases. So it's like, I don't know. This is like, season pass are an iffy topic. I'd say it's I don't know. I'm not a good person to be saying whether or not they're a good thing or a bad thing. I personally don't think they are. They could be good in the right hands and the right price. This is essentially another story mode, I guess. And the ability to play characters. I think $20. I don't know. I have to play it for myself to see whether or not that's worth the price of admission. But I don't know. That's something that I need to feel like I need to point out, is that this game will have season pass, and whether or not that's good and bad is completely dependent on what you guys believe. This fucker is goofy. I do like the font, though. It kind of reminds me of one of those, like, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon fonts. I know they have, like, original fonts. It's, like, those 80s, like, poppy type of thing or whatever. I don't know exactly what it's called, but yeah, it's, maybe it has more of a harken, like, relation towards that type of genre or that type of style. And, that certainly would be, interesting if that's the case.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Oh, well, actually, we have one more announcement.
Of course, this announcement This is the one that got a lot of fans riled up, without a doubt. Not actual gameplay. I think we could tell. That's right, guys. They're porting Splatoon 1 onto the Nintendo Switch. God fucking damn it, Nintendo. No. If you guys already know the answer to this, then, well... But what's this? Is she seeing God? No! That's the fucking Smash logo! And what do we have here? Silhouettes? Who could they be? I'm probably gonna like extend that a little bit further later on and discuss who those characters are. I might want to have to like zoom into them if I can. But yeah. You can tell Smash is coming onto the Switch. There's Mario. And there's Zelda, but what's this? He's right-handed. And he has different hair, no hat, and blue clothing. That's Breath of the Wild Zelda. So yeah, it's confirmed Smash is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Super Smash Bros. And that's all we're gonna learn about. Oh, and it's coming this year! It's coming this fucking year! What the hell? Yeah, so that's definitely the biggest news that I'm pretty sure, like, if there's a lot of people that talk about the Nintendo Direct and how usually it's like disappointing for them to like watch because like because their specific game that is not announced or something is like, oh, I want more news on Splatoon, oh, I want more news on ARMS, or I want more on Mario Odyssey or Zelda or stuff like that. And people are like complaining about these unrelated expectations that I have. But I think we could safely say that a lot of people not necessarily expect a Smash to come, but expect Smash to come eventually. And to finally have that confirmation is the best way for Nintendo to easily end a Nintendo Direct. Smash is a very big franchise, and it's a celebration of all Nintendo and even like certain other like franchises as well. It's definitely, Smash is definitely like something that caters to all players, hardcore, casual, or whatever. And to finally see that it's coming to the Nintendo Switch is definitely good news. Like I think that speaks for itself. Now enough of me rambling. We know Smash is coming. Let's kind of speculate on all these characters a little bit. Like that's something I guess I want to like mention a little bit. And it's gonna be a little bit hard, but I'm gonna try and zoom in as much as possible. This one looks like Donkey Kong without a doubt. Like the hair, the way it's mangled. One of my friends actually pointed out, is that Lucas? And like, while that is an interesting theory, it seems like this character is way too big for it to be Lucas, so that can't be it. There's a character on the left of Donkey Kong, but I kind of can't really make that out. I'm seeing maybe wings, so that could be Pit. But like I said, I have completely no idea. And then we have the character to the right, and that doesn't look like Donkey Kong's shoulder. From what I gather, it's either like a mishmash of two silhouette characters or one character with Donkey Kong's arm or something, and I really can't tell who that is. But from what I see, I think it's Yoshi. It's either Yoshi or some sort of humanoid character. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a human character, because this character looks like a human character, and it could be anyone, honestly. It could be Shulk, it could be Marth, it could be... I don't think it's Ike, because the build is a little bit, like, scrawny. But from what I see, it might be both Ness and Lucas, and the hair over here looks a little like it's a little bit dip. So that could be Lucas, although it doesn't seem like it's completely exaggerated. And also, Ness usually has a hat, but I'm seeing a lot more hair than hat, so, like, I don't think that's really the case if that's Ness or Lucas. Maybe it's also Yoshi? I don't know, like, the nose is definitely big, and the cheeks are well-defined, but, like, Yoshi would be looking at the side if that's the case, and I don't know, that just doesn't seem like that's Yoshi at all. This one definitely looks like it's Kirby, if not Meta Knight or some sort of, like, fluffy... small puffball character, Jigglypuff, Meta Knight, Kirby, any one of those characters. Alternatively, it could also be Olimar, or Olimar's head, and we're just not seeing all of his body. that could be the case as well. This one looks like Marth, although, like I said, it's kind of unconfirmed, but it looks like that's a cape right there. So that, I don't know, that's my best guess if it's Marth. There's Mario, there's Link, that's obvious. Then we have this character, like, down here, I can't tell at all. At least looks like it's a character down there, but I don't know, like, it's another puffball-looking character. It could be Jigglypuff. Actually, now that I think about it, this looks like a little bit of an ear. I don't know. Then we have this one, which, at first, I thought it was fucking Captain Ginyu from Dragon Ball Force or something. I don't know. But, because at first I thought this was like an arm of this character. But then I looked a little bit more exclusively, and I thought, oh, that's Samus. Derp, I forgot that she existed in the Nintendo franchise. Which means this has to be a separate character. And with the way, like, the character's position, it looks like he's showing off for a little bit. Which makes me believe that's Captain Falcon. Like I said, I don't know. It's a little bit hard to tell. But that's my best guess if that is Captain Falcon. And this character is either, I don't know, Kirby, Jigglypuff, Meta Knight, whatever, I don't know. This character, on the other hand, he's a little bit... I'm saying he because it kind of looks masculine. I think it might be Ike, but the only thing that's stopping me from saying that's Ike is the build doesn't seem beefy enough. Like, Ike is a really strong, like tough man, and this character kind of looks a little bit scrawny. So it's not Cloud, without a doubt. Cloud would have, like, a big-ass Buster Sword, and I'm not seeing that at all. Also, the spiky hair, so I was like, I don't know. This guy's a little bit hard for me to, like, make. Alternatively, it could be, like, a character that's, like, doing this. And I'm also seeing a little bit, like, wings on the background as well, so it could be Bayonetta? I don't know. This character's a little bit hard for me to make out. This one... God, I don't know who this could be. Like, the spikes, the horns. Like, there are so many characters with our big turtley dragons that could have that type of silhouette. Oh, I have an idea. It's Dry Bowser. I'm just kidding. It's obviously fucking Bowser right there. So, yeah, there's that. It looks like there's also another character around here, but I can't tell. Yeah, there's a character there. I just don't know exactly who that is. This character looks like Zelda. If not, it's Peach. Although I'm not seeing it has to be Zelda. Like, if you're using, like, Breath of the Wild Link, then my best guess would be that's Breath of the Wild Zelda. But like I said, I don't know. And there's another puffball. It could be Kirby, Meta Knight, or Jigglypuff. Honestly, it could be going anyone. So, I guess that's my reaction towards the Nintendo Direct. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you excuse me, I'm going to drink a lot of tea because my mouth is fucking sore as hell. Bye.